Hello there, Andrew D. Pope here. Just a quick chat today about how self-confident people understand that living in the moment is one of the key things they can do, along with total ownership of how they live their lives. Now, a delegate actually on one of my courses, I'm here early in front of a course, as I usually am, so I'm filming this video in the car here. The delegate was asking, how do we stop worrying? How do we stop overanalyzing? And one of the ways to think about this is to consider humans' evolutionary development. We have developed the ability to memorize things, to store memories of events and experiences. We call it memory, and we can call upon those memories, generally speaking, to inform us about how to act in the present moment. We call it learning. Okay, that's what we can do with that. It's a very valuable human trait. We also can look to the future. We can project forward in space and time, and we can try out various scenarios based on what we know already about the situation, coupled with what we've learned from the past. So it all ties together. We can use that to inform our current activities and actions and thoughts and feelings sometimes to achieve a future state or a future outcome. That is called planning. Okay, so we've got two very valuable things that humans do. And the problem comes when we do too much of one at the expense of the living in the moment. So if we start to overanalyze the future, if we really worry about every possible scenario that could happen, and sometimes even impossible scenarios that could happen, this can create anxiety for us. That's one of the things that we can do in a less than helpful way. We become anxious about the future, overloaded with the future, if you like. We can also spend too much time reviewing or looking at past events. We can call this rumination, if you like. We can beat ourselves up. We can try to think about what we'd have done differently if only we had our time again. Now, that might be useful at some stage to do that and think, next time if it happens, what might I do different? But the thing is, we cannot change the past, okay? Rumination, too much rumination and dwelling in the past can cause depression. So we've got these two extremes, if you like. Here's the thing. We only live in the present. We can only live in the present. The future doesn't actually exist other than in a conceptual format. Tomorrow never comes. You cannot get to tomorrow because tomorrow then will become today. Okay, yesterday's gone. We can't do anything about it. Certainly not by any methods I know of. You cannot go back and change the past. We can review our memories and we can get better at planning, but we cannot change those things and we cannot fully predict the future. So what does that leave us? Well, it leaves us with the present. That's where we should be spending our quality time, in the present. Self-confident people understand this. People who take total ownership understand that this is a thing that we should do and we can benefit from. So the next question naturally from the delegate was, how do I do that? Well, you can't do it instantly. You can't flip a switch in my experience. But what you can do is start to develop your in-the-moment muscles, in quotes there. And one of the best ways to do this is via mindfulness or mindfulness practice. It just enables us to start developing the habit of living in the moment, to acknowledge future thoughts, to acknowledge past thoughts, but just to acknowledge them as purely being that, thoughts alone, okay? Where you live is right now. So if you want to be more self-confident, start to live more in the moment. I'm Andrew D. Pope. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, like and subscribe for more great content. All the best to you and yours on your unique journey into self-confidence.